I'm Melissa Anderson. Welcome to Utah and Me. You know, there's a new educational movement inspiring youth to preserve their freedoms. United We Pledge of Southern Utah is focused on patriotic platforms to retain core principal values of our founding documents. Here to tell us more about their most recent rollouts is Education Manager of United We Pledge, Heather Lindsay, and Callister Hutchings, Youth Guide of Give Me Liberty. Welcome to both of you, and thanks for joining me today. Now, Heather, we've talked about United We Pledge on this show before, but for those who don't know about it, explain to us what your organization's mission is and when and why this was formed.
Yes, of course. So June 14th, 2021, Lex Howard, the CEO of Balance of Nature, saw a couple needs. One of them was our education and our youth today need a better education in American history and civics. And the other one is here at the West Coast, we wanted to also preserve history and have, on the East Coast, they have Colonial Williamsburg and they have Independence Hall. And we wanted to have those same opportunities brought over here to the West Coast so that youth and families today can enjoy learning more about those historical experiences. So with those two missions in mind, he started United We Pledge. And so today we are working on Liberty Village, which will be a 32-acre campus with historical buildings that people can come and visit and learn more about American history. And we also have several educational platforms and programs that we're rolling out the fall of this year, and we're really excited about them. So.
Yeah, it sounds like education is key, especially for the youth. And Callister, you are a youth here in the Washington County area. Tell us about why you think it's so important for the Constitution and youth to understand the importance that it plays in your role in the future.
Well, it is our generation that is going to be the next leaders, and they are going to have those big responsibilities passed down to them. And I have the privilege of being a youth guide for the Liberty Bus. And my role as that youth guide is to bring modern day learning and life to early American history. Through a lot of questions, discussions, and interactions, I help facilitate learning and how to apply it. And the Liberty Bus is an extraordinary tool that can bring a fun way of learning and not have it so heavy on the younger generation, to slowly let them know that they are going to have those responsibilities and that it can be a fun way.
Yeah, you mentioned this Liberty Bus, Callister. What is this Liberty Bus and why? What is it?
We will be bringing it to schools to learn more American history, and we are going to have youth guides that are teaching it. I myself am one of them, and it will just be a fun way to learn more about our founding fathers, special people that put the foundation on our country, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
That's great. Now, Heather, you, along with others, unveiled this new bus at a gala that was held in Hurricane. Tell us about the rollout of this newest, I guess, mobile exhibit, if you want to call it that, and how excited that supporters are to help fundraise for this.
Yeah, so on February 27th, we held a gala for the community here, and we unveiled the bus in kind of a special, fun way. And we really have a great support in the community for this project. I have to really give an applause, a handout to my team for the work that they've done. There's been a lot of construction, problem solving, and creativity that have gone into the building of this bus. It's kind of a unique offering that people haven't really heard about before. So it's going to be just a very unique and fun opportunity to learn history. And because it's mobile, we can really take it wherever we need to go. It's just really exciting. And we've had many sponsors in the community who have showed their support. And so at the gala, during the presentation of the bus, we just had overwhelmingly amount of support and excitement. People, you know, they were excited about the bus, but they weren't really sure what that was really going to mean or what it was going to look like. And you know, United We Pledge is very patriotic in its branding, red, white, and blue, but we wanted the bus to really be focused on the youth, you know, 5th to 8th grade range. And so we wanted it to be more exciting. So you'll notice when you see the bus that it's different, but very, very focused on being fun and interactive, and we're excited about it.
Yeah, so you talked about the outside colors and it is a really unique, I guess, education on wheels, kind of like a mobile book bus. But Heather, tell me, what's inside this bus that kids will possibly be able to go in and see? Will there be exhibits of different things inside?
Yeah, so there's we've torn out all the seats and we have just done everything completely different. So it does not look like a bus on the inside anymore. We have 3 separate rooms. One of the rooms, the first one that you'll walk into, is the theme of the room is Why America, and why did people sacrifice so much to come to our country, and what happened, and kind of the history behind that. And it is presented in a very fun, interactive way. There's TV screens and touch screens and things that kids can interact with to make it more of an interactive experience. In the second room, you'll find the history and the background of our nation's 3 founding documents: the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. And then in the last room, it's kind of their chance as youth to take a stand and take a pledge and pledge to protect the liberties that we've had so many people in our history sacrifice for them, and so much of our nation is founded on these ideas of being a free and independent nation, and we want our youth to pledge to protect those and sustain those as they move forward, because they are our future generation.
That's right, and Callister talked about that earlier. So, Callister, what are other students saying about not just the bus, but the program so far?
Well, first of all, I've heard so much excitement over just the artwork of the outside of the bus. The colors are vibrant, the size of the bus is grand, the quotes are catching, and everyone's pondering them, which then leads to the individuals that are painted on the bus. Who are they? What did they do to earn a spot on the bus? And the questions just start immediately for the students. And then when they ask more information, I'll tell them, well, it's not just going to be a regular bus. There's no seats. And they're like, what, really? So it's really fun to explain all of this to them. And they're just like, oh, I can't wait to see it. And neither can I.
Yeah, sounds really cool. So Heather, how often will this bus travel around, and will it go to other places besides Washington County, or maybe to other states or statewide?
Yeah, so our bus is a mobile exhibit, and so therefore we can take it wherever it needs to go. We hope that many people request for the bus to be in their areas. Right now we're rolling it out in Washington County and southern Utah, but it has the potential to go to many different school districts statewide, is ultimately our goal, and possibly beyond there. So it would be really exciting to see this bus travel as far as it can go.
So if someone in another school district was to request this, how would they go about doing that, Heather?
Yeah, I've actually already had daily, I have several requests from teachers or parents or school administrators emailing me saying, can we have the bus come to our community? And so if you would like to have the bus come to your school or your community, you can go to unitedwepledge.org, and there will be a page there where you can request the bus. You can also email me directly, as some of these other teachers and parents do, and I will give you my contact information.
Oh, that's great. Heather, I also wanted to talk about the United We Pledge program that you talked about earlier, creating this new Liberty Village, building by building. Your organization was recently commended by the Utah legislature for these efforts. Please tell us about, where your group is at right now in that building process and what we can maybe look forward to in the coming months.
Yes, Liberty Village is such an exciting place. It's going to be incredible what we're offering. We have several buildings that will be under construction. Right now, we are just barely getting started, and so the city of Hurricane already has our construction plans for the village, and we plan and hope that they will be accepted so that we can start building at the end of April. Our projected opening date for Liberty Village will be around early 2025. And at that time, visitors will be able to visit what we call the 13 Colonies Plaza. It's kind of a circular design with a flag and a plaque representing each of the original 13 colonies. And there will be videos and interactive ways that they can learn about each one of the colonies that had a significant influence on the beginning of our nation. So we've also planned to have like a self-guided tour with videos that you can just take at your own pace, but we also have plans for educational offerings that will be there, guided tours for students and anyone or families or groups who want to come on kind of a field trip experience. So the 13 Colonies Plaza will be there along with several presidential pavilions. And then from there, we can look forward to the building of the Green Dragon Tavern and the printing press next. So.
Yeah, and a lot of these buildings are funded by organizations that are local. I know the Daughters of the American Revolution and the Sons of the American Revolution, and several organizations have pitched in to help pay for these buildings. It's got to be a massive cost in there to do all of this. So I see why the rollout would take till 2025. But Heather, tell us, do we have a cost estimate, and what will we be looking forward to fundraising in the future to keep this up and going?
Yeah, it is definitely a significant project. So it is, the projected costs are quite large, and we do have already most of it funded. I know we have phase 1, which is the 13 Colonies Plaza. We have that funded completely, and we are just really excited for the funding that has already been coming for the other phases. And many people are just really excited to have this kind of experience here in Southern Utah and local kind of on the West Coast experience here. They want to be a part of it. They want their legacy to be here in Southern Utah. And there's many great ways that they can do that. We've had families fund one of the 13 colonies, for example, because maybe their family is from that colony or their family history is. And so it's just a great way for them to continue that legacy. We have people who are buying bricks that will be placed on the 13 Colonies Plaza, and it has their family name on there. And it's a great way for them to help fund our project, but also keep their legacy alive here in Southern Utah. So
that's awesome. And so just to follow up on that real quick, Heather, is how would people find out more about that funding effort?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, unitedwepledge.org, and there's links on there where you can help funding, you can donate, you can buy a brick or other items that we are selling to help fund this project. And our fundraising director, Ryan Wall, is also very excited to receive any support that way, and I can give you his contact information.
That's great. So Want to back up to something that you mentioned earlier and ask Callister. Now, she talked about guides. Your title on this show is that you're a guide. Tell me a little bit about your role that you will play, or you plan to play, I guess, when this village begins to open up, Callister.
So me and many others will be a part of teaching youth younger than us or even our same age. And we will be the bridge between modern day and back then in the historical times. So we'll be learning about something in 1776 or something, and I will help translate it and apply it to our day and how they can use it in their times and how they can apply it and even learn more if they would like to. So I'm really just that bridge to help translate and make a better understanding of it and how they can use the knowledge.
Yeah, it sounds like you really enjoy it too. What's your hope then, Callister, as far as other schools in Utah possibly adopting similar educational opportunities and or possibly bringing students to the Liberty Village and or traveling with this bus?
Well, I want to put a message on my generation and younger to let them know that we do have a responsibility. When we get older, we're the future leaders. We have to teach other people too. So I want to tell them that it can be fun learning. There's so much you can use the knowledge to in your normal everyday life. And unfortunately, there's a lack of connection or understanding with the Constitution. And my goal is to help them put to an understanding and to make a connection of their own with it, to be proud of their country and to just make it fun.
Yeah, that seems like something that we've been lacking for a while until something drastic changes or happens in our country, that we don't really think about the freedoms that we have, but we see people coming into our country to take advantage of our freedoms. So I think that what you're doing is awesome. Heather, tell me a little bit about why you think it's so important for these youth that you said you were targeting. I can't remember the ages now, but to understand this going forward in the education system.
Yes, of course. We are so excited to have youth such as Callister be a part of this program with us, because it's been largely studied, but peer mentoring and peer tutoring and peer teaching is one of the greatest ways for these students to learn. And so to have youth like Callister and others that we have who already have a foundational understanding of our freedoms and the importance that they have in our country to preserve these liberties, then be able to teach and guide these other youth who also need that, is just a great resource, and we're so excited to have them. We do have a major part of our mission is educating youth, because they are our future, and we do know that the lack of understanding right now in the Constitution and the government and civics education in general is below what it should be, and we want to help teachers, we want to help students, we want to help families be able to have the resources they need in order to learn these things so that our freedoms can be preserved, and that our children will be able to understand and feel deep in their hearts the importance of these freedoms and the sacrifices that have been made. So everything in all of our efforts, whether it's Liberty Village, the bus, or the Give Me Liberty program, is geared towards helping families and youth ignite that fire within them to know, like, this is really important. History can be fun, and it's worth exploring and learning about so that we can help preserve these liberties for the future.
Yeah, and I imagine that teachers are excited about this too. and even members of the school board for the state of Utah have expressed, their support behind this as well. So we say kudos to them for understanding the importance of this. Callister, I know that I've seen some things before where they do role playing and people dress up like George Washington and Martha Washington and different soldiers and things. Tell me about that. And will you get to dress up and do any role playing in this education at the village?
So that is another thing that what the youth guide does. They usually are partnered up with an actor where they get to dress up as a founding father or just someone that helped with the foundation of America. And I basically help translate their story. They learn about the person that they're playing, and then they act to the youth and tell their story, tell their sacrifices that they had to make. And I basically just tell them what our sacrifices that we are going to have to make are, what our stories are, how our time is different and similar to their time. And so that's what I basically do, is just translate from someone who's playing a part from back then and then how I can apply it today.
Yeah, what kind of thoughts would you like to share with your peers about why it's so important to actually maybe take a visit on this or check it out through the bus? Because a lot of youth these days just really aren't involved in history. They don't really care. I mean, a lot of places I don't want to go to a museum. I'd rather go on a roller coaster. What would you say to those peers about why this is a cool thing to learn and to actually see and be a part of?
Well, I strongly believe that the Liberty program is essential, especially when it applies to students. When I have taken the time to learn the importance of the Constitution, value my freedoms, and apply these teachings, I feel so much more happier, calmer in a busy world, and proud of our wonderful country. And I would love for other students to feel the same way, and we can share our opinions, and just to be able to, it really is it's a wonderful blessing to be able to know all this stuff and to learn it in a fun way. Who doesn't want that? So I really do want to let all my peers know that it's something that will help you out in life and you can learn it in a fun way.
Yeah, great. Well, I'd just like to say thank you, Callister, for, having that ambition and being excited about it and teaching your peers and learning a lot along the way, because I'm sure that's something that you're learning just as much as they are as you go through this program and the Liberty Project process. Heather, any last thoughts that you'd like to leave our viewers in regards to why they should become involved, why they should possibly help with fundraising, and or becoming involved in maybe playing a role themselves out there at the Liberty Village or checking that bus out?
Yeah, of course. We are just so excited about all of these opportunities that will be available to our community. And I just I know my background is as I used to be an educator as well, and I just know the importance of having our youth being able to understand and recognize these principles from our founding documents and the principles of freedom, because when they rise up and when they put their voices out there and when they are able to be civically engaged, they can really truly make a difference. And I think that's what every youth aspires to do, is somehow to make a difference. And this is one way where they can make a significant difference to our futures, when they're able to understand these things. And growing up, I didn't love history as a kid because it was not taught in a very exciting way to me. But as I grew older, I became really interested in it. And I know that that when we, put these programs out there for these kids and we teach it in an engaging and interactive and fun way, especially at Liberty Village and with these reenactors and with these youth guides to help translate between the times, that it can become something really exciting, memorable, and something that they won't forget for
Right,
the rest of their life.
right. Yeah, well, thank you for your interest in that. And upcoming event coming up real quickly. We only have about a minute left that we might want to share, as well as that website one more time to give out to people.
Yeah. We have a lot of things down here in southern Utah that we will be doing for the upcoming in the summer, our celebrations. And then starting in the fall, the bus will be available. The bus will be finished construction and rolling out at the end of April, so people can request that. And again, if you would like to request the bus or the Give Me Liberty program for your school, you can reach out at our website, unitedwepledge.org. You can also contact me. My email is hlindsey@unitedwepledge.org. And those are some really great ways for you to become engaged and interested. There's a little chat feature on the website where if you have any questions, you can ask them, and we respond to those quite frequently. So.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you both for joining us today and sharing this exciting news. We appreciate your efforts. And thanks to our viewers, we hope you'll check out the website and learn more. And if you see the new Liberty bus roaming around, now you know what it's all about. And remember, these are only our freedoms as long as we know about them and continue to exercise them to keep them alive. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.